I already knew that it was gonna be several inspections before we actually got cleared. It was a nightmare for the inspection.
We did our own inspections multiple times. When it came time for the real inspection, we actually got very educated on a lot of things that we knew nothing about.
So you found a house you love, you made an offer on it, it's been accepted, now what? Now it's time to get an inspection. An inspector is trained to see things that you and I cannot see with our naked eyes. Things like HVAC that's shot, the roof is shoddy, things that will cost you a lot of money down the line. Now, it's a few $100s to pay, but it's peace of mind to ensure you're not buying a lemon.
Numero uno priority for me was electric.
Yeah, so the bathroom was the first thing we did. We fixed the crack in the foundation.
Well, that was the first thing we did, was the crack in the foundation.
If you bought a fixer-upper or a house with a lot of potential for renovations, we all want to do the fun stuff, but I'd like to ask you to focus on the items that are going to determine the health of the house. For instance, what about the HVAC system? Is it in good working order? The roof, are you having water or mildew issues coming in through the attic? Maybe you need to replace that roof. I know it's not glamorous, but somebody's got to do it.
I bought a fixer-upper, and I really thought I was gonna do a lot of it myself. Wah, wah, wah.
Look, I am a huge fan and advocate of DIY. It's kind of my job. But when we get into the contents of a wall with wires and plumbing and things that have a lot of legalities or could kill you, that's when you need to call the professionals. A contractor is necessary for those things.
How do you find a good contractor? Get good references. Make sure that if you're going to have them do some work, it's all spelled out in a contract with an itemized list of what they're going to do and when you'll give financial disbursements. Never pay a contractor up front for work that hasn't been done.
For renovation budgets, we really didn't have one, to be very honest.
You know, establishing your renovation budget, know that typically every project goes 30% over and takes 30% to 40% longer.
What would have soured the deal of this house? If I ever saw water damage, I was already Xing that out.
I think if we found out that the crack in the foundation was structural, just the sound of the word structural.
Anything wrong with the foundation is a big red flag. Because if the foundation is broken, the whole house is broken. Because what does a foundation do? It holds up the house.
For me, the only two things that would make me back out of a deal would be the shoddy electrical or real plumbing issues. Everything else can be fixed.